What is up, everybody? My name is Cameron. I'm a full-time prediction market trader, and in this video, I'm going to compare Polymarket and Kalshi. And what I will do is I will preface that this information is changing basically week after week. So if you're watching this a month down the line, or you're watching this a few months down the line, or even a week down the line, you need to join my Discord to see what we're using actively because it is ever changing. Free Discord. We have 1,400 people in there. People post wins. Look at this guy started from $1,400. Occasionally, I'll give you free calls too, but free Discord, join that. Okay, we're going to go over all the different aspects of both, and so you can decide what you want to use. Okay, Polymarket is crypto native USDC on the Polygon network. Polymarket. Okay, it's decentralized resolutions, allegedly. They use a thing called UMA. It's hard to get into right now. A lot of people don't understand it. Like, a lot of people really don't understand it. They're like, oh, UMA whales are going to change the outcome, and they don't get it. But, okay, moving on. Not available in the United States. Sorta. They do have an app. You can get on waitlist for the app. And I think the app, I don't have the app, but I think the app is just sports only. But it's not available in the US, sorta. On Kalshi, it's Commodity Futures Trade Commission regulated. KYC is required, so know your customer. So this means you're going to have to submit information about yourself, your address, probably take a picture of your ID, all of that. Similar to like sports books, or if you're signing up for a crypto exchange in the United States, KYC is required for Kalshi. And it's resolved in-house. So they have, I'm going to get into this later, but it's resolved in-house. Okay. Now, if you look at both of these, they both look very similar. Okay. They're both prediction markets. On both of them, bet yes or no. Bunch of different categories. You'll see these on Polymarket. You'll see these on Kalshi. That's about it. Let's keep going. Head-to-head comparison. Okay, Polymarket. Again, as I said, it's not fully legal in the United States yet. You can get on the app wait list, and sports available only on the app. But I'm not going to tell you to break their TOS, but there is a thing, I'm not going to tell you to break the TOS, but VPNs do exist. But I'm sure they would also love your extra volume, but don't break their TOS, okay? And also, I want to preface before I do anything about this whole thing. I ain't being paid from any of these, so this is all unbiased, okay? Okay, Kalshi, it's legal for all USA users, so that's good. You don't got to worry about anything, but KYC, you will have to do that. Okay, Polymarket, no fees, and in parentheses, I put less fees. Okay, I'll get into that in a second. Kalshi, there are fees. Ew, gross. Okay, you can go to this website if you want to see the fees. The fees depend on what specific market you're buying and if you're a taker or if you're a maker. So taker means you're basically crossing the spread and buying immediately at someone's best ask. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into that, but for Polymarket, here's why I said less fees. Okay, if I made this video 2 weeks ago, all I would have to put is no fees. But now I have to put less fees. Why? Well, they are slowly introducing fees into Polymarket. You hate to see it. You really hate to see it. Why? Well, because they're not profitable. It's as simple as that. You don't got to pay money to trade on the platform. They're not profitable. They are valued at, I think, like $9 billion. But yeah, they're just not profitable. So I think it's the crypto 15-minute markets, they introduced taker fees, and there are maker rewards. So I think Kalshi has both taker and maker fees. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Polymarket, just for now, right now, again, this is ever changing. This is constantly changing. So join the Discord if you are watching this, a week after I upload it. But on Polymarket, on the 15-minute markets, at least now, which I don't know if you should even be trading in the first place, but there are taker fees, okay? And that will probably expand, okay? I'll be honest, that will probably expand. Okay, Polymarket has a lot more markets and categories, and Kalshi is a big focus on sports. So a lot more categories and markets on Polymarket. Kalshi, big focus on sports. That's why this first one here is a sports thing. Okay, right on the homepage. And the first one here is a political thing. Okay. Um, Speaking of volume. Oh, speaking of. Did I even? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, we're still going on. Okay, big focus on sports. Okay, Polymarket is crypto withdrawal and deposit, which is good. I love crypto because they're on the Polygon network, right? KYC, banking, Kalshi is banking. Okay, depending on how you look at it, some of you are maybe old and don't understand crypto, which if you don't understand crypto, this prediction market thing is going to be a little harder for you, to be honest, but banking for Kalshi. Now this is not saying, oh, there's only crypto on Polymarket. Like you could deposit with PayPal and there's other aspects. I'm just saying mainly, okay? Polymarket goes down, Kalshi goes down. Okay, they both go down and they both go down a lot, I'll be honest. I don't know which one goes down more, but it's pretty neck and neck. For example, I was making this video. I took this screenshot, right? And then I made this table, and down here, I went to the website again, and look at this. This platform is experiencing brief delays, balances, and positions may not accurately be reflected. Okay, this happens a lot, okay? Sometimes you can't place a trade. Oh, why is my trades not going through? What happened to my positions? Why didn't I get my deposit? Whatever. Why is my deposit not showing? Whatever. But they both go down, so that's an issue that they both have. Okay. And Polymarket, more volume in politics, and Kalshi, more volume in sports. Okay. Speaking of volume, let's compare some of the volumes, okay? On the left is Polymarket, and on the right is Kalshi. On the left, we see the Iranian supreme leader, 14 million volume here, okay? And then 1.9 million on Kalshi. Who will Trump nominate as Fed chair? Okay, 170 million in volume, and then 28 million on Kalshi. Okay, I think one interesting thing that we can point out here is if you look at the odds, notice how both of these are at 42% on the right here, and this is not both at 42%. So Polymarket views that this individual as less of a likelihood to be nominated. It's interesting that if this was supposed to be a 100% completely priced accurately exchange, both of these, then they would both be priced the same. But because they're priced differently, that's how you know there are edges to be made in the market. A mispriced edge. Okay. And one opportunity, a lot of people, you'll be in the space long enough, people will talk about different ways to make money. You'll have these AI Twitter posts. If you know what I'm talking about, okay. But there's an opportunity to be made on arbitrage between Kalshi and Polymarket. So, for example, this one, I don't know. Let's say you buy yes for who will Trump nominate on this one, and then you buy no on this one, okay? As long as the prices combined add up to less than $1 after fees, then you will be guaranteed to make money because you exploited the mispriced market, so it became an arbitrage opportunity available to you. Now, does this happen a lot? It does happen a lot, but it also gets scooped up quickly, okay? Because people have bots and they have things to scoop it up quickly, but there is an opportunity for arbitrage between Polymarket and Kalshi to make money. Now, this is not a main method for anyone really to make money, but it is a nice little side thing and something that you can pay attention to because the markets aren't always priced the same. Also, for example, let's say there's a major news event and something happens. Maybe one of the markets with, I don't know, less volume, more volume, they react faster, and all of a sudden, if you know this event's happening, like let's say the United States strikes Venezuela, you're very fast. Well, in Polymarket, maybe the odds right now are at, I don't know, 63%, but on Kalshi, it's at 60%. Well, it would be smarter to buy on Kalshi because you know the event's going to happen because the news just broke that that the United States just struck Venezuela, and you're going to make extra money on Kalshi because you're entering in at a cheaper price. Okay, moving on. Will Trump acquire Greenland? 6 million volume, 2 million volume. Okay, so we see all this political stuff. Polymarket takes the cake in volume, and you might be asking, well, who cares about volume? Well, to a certain extent, the more, it won't be the biggest thing. But the more volume overall is good. Okay, I'll just put it like that. I'll just keep it simple for you. More volume equals better. Okay. Now, if we look at the sports market, this game that's about to happen in, right now, 3 million volume on Polymarket and 7 million on Kalshi. So obviously, Kalshi is very heavily in sports, and I would not recommend to trade sports at all. Okay. I've lost a lot of money trading sports. Okay. Sports is just gambling. It's just gambling. I don't care what you say. Look, there are ways to make money. I know people that make money trading sports on prediction markets. It's not something you should go into and think, oh, I'm going to make money trading NFL, Chargers, and Patriots. No. Okay. You're just glorified gambling. Okay. You need an edge in any market, and it's very hard to have an edge in a sports market. I made a full video on how to find an edge on prediction markets. It's like my last video. Okay, but the reason why Kalshi has more volume on sports markets is because they are allowed in the United States, and all of their ads you see on social media are all about sports. It's all about sports. If you've ever seen it, they make AI ads. It's like some AI person talking, and it's talking about sports. So that's probably a big reason why, but don't trade sports. Trade stuff where you can have an edge. Okay, edge is very important. Okay, so overall, we went through all these different Polymarket versus Kalshi. There's no one right answer. There's really not, especially since it's constantly changing, and Polymarket is now starting to introduce fees. Okay, there's no one right answer. If I would say, if you're watching this a week down the line, a month down the line, join the free Discord. It's in the description. And then you could just ask, hey, what are you using right now? Are you using Polymarket or Kalshi? And then, we'll answer. But yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. Is there anything else? I think that's about it. I'm going to be try and pump out more videos at least once a week. I know this was sort of a broad and a basic one, especially if you are already trading on one of these and you want an in-depth video. I apologize, but this is for those who are, sort of starting out, sort of new. But yeah, hopefully this overview was helpful.